What's up? NeedleGroove here. Happy New Year. Back for my first video of 2015. Been wanting to make a video for a few days, just haven't had the time. Got a lot of records. Wanted to share. Haven't had the time to really absorb them all, but time was going by. It's already a week into 2015. So I figured it was time I just bang out a video, show you guys what I got. I haven't heard anyone mention anything about Boxing Day, so I don't know about other cities where you guys are at, if Boxing Day is a thing at your record stores, but here in Montreal, Boxing Day was very, very good to us this year. One store, my favorite store last year, had 25% off all used, and this year they did 40% off, so I was excited about that. I had to kind of give myself a limit. I went over by a little bit, but now, of course, I regret not buying more and regret not what I bought, but not getting certain things. It's hard to decide. At 40% off, you just go crazy. Anyways, I've divided it up into two stacks. It's not only Boxing Day stuff. Some of the stuff I got a bit before, but I'm going to show you. I divided it into jazz, so this is going to be my jazz digs from Boxing Day and just before Boxing Day leading up to it. And I'll do a second video with other, mostly funk and soul, rock type stuff. So I'm going to get right into it. So the first few that I'm going to show are not from Boxing Day per se. Another store does a sale that's a week long, so you don't have to rush there on Boxing Day. So this one I found, it was my second time visiting the store. They have a $5 section that's normally $5 a record, and on Boxing Day sale it's 2 for $5. And I bought a couple things there when I went the first time, but I just looked through the $5 section, but I didn't find a ton. Last year I found a bunch, but I went back to look through their regular stock and found a couple records that I knew were there that I'd been wanting for a while, but nothing super exciting. And then as I was walking out, I'm like, let me just quickly go through some of these new releases, that see if there's anything I missed when I was in a week earlier. And I just came across this that I was really excited about. So it's not in the best shape, but it was cheap, so I couldn't leave it. I've never seen it. I don't know. It's not super rare, but it is a very nice find. It's Charles Mingus presents Charles Mingus on Candid. You can see it's all taped here. And there's some damage here. So this is an original mono on Candid, and I think it was like $14 I got it for with the sale. So that's the original Candid label, Deep Groove. Beauty. So it plays pretty well, scratched up a bit, little surface noise in the quiet parts, but I couldn't leave this behind because this is a beautiful piece that you don't see lying around too often. So Charles Mingus presents Charles Mingus. This has Eric Dolphy on alto saxophone and bass clarinet, Ted Curson on trumpet, Danny Richmond on drums, and Charles Mingus on bass. I think this is one of the Jazz Workshop ones, but this is dope, of course. It's from 1960, I believe. Anyway, original mono, Candid, Charles Mingus. So next, sorry guys for 1 second, there you go. Okay, so next is what we have on right now. It was Christmas gift from my brother-in-law. Probably from, I wouldn't be surprised if it's from the same owner, since I know he shops a lot at that store where I found that Charles Mingus. He knows I love Mingus, and these are two albums, he got me both that I never even knew existed. And I'm really happy to have in my collection. So this is Charles Mingus 1, this is later stuff on Atlantic, and Charles Mingus 2. So I've never seen these records before, and I was very, very happy to discover them. I haven't fully absorbed them yet. It's not the easiest music to put on while my girlfriend's around. Charles Mingus gets a little wild, as usual, but definitely happy to have these on Atlantic. So that's what we're listening to in the background for now. So this one I found just before Boxing Day. It was when I was actually I was doing some Christmas shopping. And this one I was really happy to find, and it's a bit of a, not a rarity, but an obscure thing about this record I'll show you guys. So this is Coltrane live at the Village Vanguard. This is an original mono copy, and the gatefold is beautiful condition. And I'd never heard this record, and I'm a huge Coltrane fan. I just making my way through his. There's so many records, but I didn't have, this is one I didn't have on CD. So really happy to find this. I'm sure most of you guys know this record. It's beautiful. And what is, so obviously I'm a huge Impulse fan. Recently I've been collecting a lot of Impulse records. So this one, it's an original Impulse product of AM Par at the bottom. But why I probably got this so cheap, it was 16 to 15 bucks, 18, I don't remember, around there, less than $20 Canadian, which is in American like 15 or $14. And it's in beautiful shape. Is check out, well, this is side 2 I showed you guys. Look at side 1. Forgot to print, as far as I know. I asked at the store, they had no idea. And I posted on London Jazz Collector's Impulse label post. A lot of people post on there about labels, and the guy himself, he's very knowledgeable, and everyone seems to just think that it was, they just, you know, it slipped through and didn't get printed. So anyway, I'll take it. The music is there, and the music's awesome. The gatefold is beautiful, and the price was right. Definitely happy to add that to my Coltrane and Impulse collection. Okay, moving on. Hope everyone enjoyed the holidays. It's been some nasty type of weather here. Rain, ice everywhere, snow on top of that. Next one, this is also from the that same store. This one had 25% off. So this is Eddie Lockjaw Davis Afro Jaws Riverside Mono original. This one I had seen there a couple months ago. Decided not to get it. It's not in the best shape, but for 25% off, I figured why not. The music's kind of cool. Yeah, the whole seam is split down the side here, but it's an original deep groove. So I don't know. I couldn't leave that there. The music's cool. Afro, a lot of percussion, and I like the cover too. Anyway, that sucks though. Okay, next. This is another one I had seen. I had seen 2 Joe Henderson records there. I showed the other one I got. The kicker, I had left this one behind. This is kind of why I wanted to go back to the store to see, while the sale was on, to see if I could find it, and I did. So it's another Joe Henderson on Milestone, and it's Tetragon. So building up my Joe Henderson collection. It's not on the level of Elements, obviously. This is earlier. I think it's 67 or something. Yeah, this one's 67. So I think this was his first one on Milestone. I'm not sure, though. So this is with Don Friedman, Kenny Barron, Jack DeJohnette, Louis Hayes, and Ron Carter. So some good straight jazz, straight ahead jazz, post-bop. It's good. I dig it. Okay, so that is done for that store. And now into my other store that is my favorite store in Montreal. Continuing on the Joe Henderson theme. So another Joe Henderson on Milestone, one that I believe is, whoa, sorry about that. Joe Henderson in Japan on Milestone. So this one I believe is a bit rare. I think it was recorded in 71 in Japan and released in 73 on Milestone. I don't need to show you the label, but this is it's a cool date. It's a live date. Nothing crazy, but he does. So he's performing with all Japanese musicians, so I'm not going to try to pronounce them or name them. I don't think anyone knows them, but he does Round Midnight, Out and In, Blue Bossa, which is a Kenny Dorham, and Junk Blues. So he has a Monk and a Dorham, and then 2 of his own compositions. So this I was happy to find. Wasn't too expensive. Was, I think, like 16 bucks with the sale. So that was cool. Okay, next one I'm going to needle drop for you guys. And this one is one I had kind of a list. I had done some pre-shopping knowing that there was going to be a sale, and had gone in and found some things that I wanted, left them there, hoping they would be there when I go in. And I went in and I got most of those except for one. They were all still there. The one that wasn't there was Pharoah Sanders, Deaf, Dumb, and Blind, but it's okay. That was one of the more common ones. But so then I went through and took my time and see what else I could find, and came across a few things which actually I almost prefer to the records I had lined up. So some amazing stuff. So the first one is Tom Grant, Mystified. So never heard of this record, but this is another Joe Henderson. So this has Tom Grant, Rick Laird, Ron Steen, and it's on, is it Timeless Records, and this is from Holland. So this is later 70s, but this has a nasty break on it. Tom Grant, Mystified. I was listening to a stack of records at the store, and I called the guy at the record store, who I don't really know, but I chat with him sometimes. He's a hip hop head, and I just called him over. I said, listen to this, and he lost it. He didn't know it, and he was telling everyone else who was working at the store about it. But so I had to get it. Definitely a more rare record, one I've never seen. So definitely happy to find that. Okay, next one. Very happy about this. Know the artist a bit. I have one of his later records, but had never seen this record or heard of it, and I love it. This is Chico Freeman, titled Chico, on India Navigation. So this is a beaut right here. This has Chico Freeman on tenor sax and flute and bass clarinet, Cecil McBee on bass, Muhal Richard Abrams on piano, Steve McCall on drums, and Tito Sampa on percussion. This doesn't have a year on it. It's from the late 70s or mid 70s. Anyway, this is beautiful on India Navigation. I think it's my first record on India Navigation, so I will needle drop that for you guys. This is the Timeless label. Nothing too exciting, which is why I didn't show it to you in the first place. What are we at here? 14 minutes. Okay. Try to keep this around 20. So, on India Navigation, Chico Freeman. Very moody, slow, builds up. I love it. It's a tough one to needle drop because you kind of got to listen to the whole thing. The artwork is just awesome on this. I'll skip through a few spots on the record. Cecil McBee on the bass. So hard to, I want to skip, but it's so hard to skip. This is beautiful, beautiful music. So you get the gist of that. Okay. Now, next one, another one that I just randomly came across that I had never heard of. So these three, what is it? The Tom Grant, the Chico, and this one are my three that I had never heard of that I'm really happy about. So this is another discovery for me. I'm sure some of you in the VC might know it. The guy at the record store that I talked to a lot, not the same one as before, but another guy, he knew it, and when I showed it to him, he's like, yeah, that's good. And he wasn't joking. This is Prince Lasha Quintet featuring Sonny Simmons, The Cry. So this has Prince Lasha, Sonny Simmons on alto sax, Gary Peacock and Mark Proctor on basses, and Gene Stone on drums. Prince Lasha plays flute. And this is an original mono copy on Contemporary. I think it's a Canadian one. Yeah, it's a Canadian pressing. But I think it looks the same. Beautiful, beautiful cover. It's in good shape. The record's not perfect, but once again, the price was right. I'll do a needle drop on this. That's what the label looks like on Contemporary. A label I had never heard of or don't own anything on. Reminds me a bit of the early 60s Yusef Lateef kind of, the flute playing. Really, really like this. You can hear it's a bit scratched up from surface noise. Music is so good though. Couldn't pass it up for, I think it was $16. Original mono. $16 Canadian, which for the rest of you is like pennies now. Oh, I'll give you a few tastes. That song is awesome. Okay, so leave that on for a second. Okay, so a few more quickly. This is one that I had been there at the record store for a long time and wanted, but it was too expensive. But I pulled the trigger because I wanted it, and I've been listening to it on my iPhone for a while and really liking it. Gary Bart's new troupe, or NTU Troop, Follow the Medicine Man. Love the cover on this. This one has a little cut, but the record's near mint. Love this cover. And the music is awesome. This is on Prestige from '73. So I've been listening also recently to another one. I can't remember what it's called, the name, but it's the album before this, or one of the early '70 ones with the black cover. I think Champ Sound, you showed it maybe. But that record is killer. But I don't need to play this for you guys. I mean, you know the label, it's a green Prestige, early '70s. But this was pretty expensive. Well, they were, for 40% off, it wasn't bad, but even at that, really like this. The vocals on here, you got, well, Gary Bartz plays a whole bunch as well as vocals. Then on electric piano and percussion, you have Andy Bay. You have Statford James and Howard King, as well as Hector Centeno and Hubert Eves. Anyway, happy to pick that up. And then the last few are all VC kind of inspired buys, things I had seen in the store, and then I had seen people show, so wanted to pick them up. Right? That's what we do this for. Community, take other people's recommendations. So I've shown volume 1 of this record, and I picked it up because of Van Secco Funk had showed this one, volume 2, so when I saw it I was pretty happy. The music is wild. I don't know that I love it. I need to listen to it some more. It's not the easiest listening. So this is Heiner Stadler, Rains on Fire. The cover is awesome though. Volume 2. And the real reason I was really interested in picking this up, other than Van recommending it, is this lady right here, Dee Dee Bridgewater. So I wanted to hear what that was all about. And my this will get rid of my girlfriend in real quick, out of the room. This is out there. Even the vocals, but I will play it for you guys so you have an idea. I don't know that everyone knows this. She just goes all over the place with her voice. So you got Reggie Workman on bass and Dee Dee Bridgewater on vocals. So Heiner Stadler doesn't even play on this song. And then he plays piano on side 2. So this is real cool. And just to play you guys side 2, since it's nothing like that. Really, really heavy music. So it kind of builds up some quiet moments. So that's Heiner Stadler. Brains on Fire, Volume 2, which now I have 1 and 2. Last 2, quickly, what about 24 minutes, game too long. Okay, so you guys know this, I found it. They actually had 2 copies before I went in, but then they only had this one left, which was the more expensive one, but I still pulled the trigger. Van Secco Funk has shown it. James Buttery, I know you've shown it. I'm sure some other people as well. Need to absorb this some more. Steve Grossman, Some Shapes to Come. Some great funk on there, funky jazz. And last one, this was one that Andrew Champ Sound you showed. I had seen 40% off, pulled the trigger. I haven't listened to this yet. I listened to it online actually, and I was digging some of it. Another out there vocal jazz Leon Thomas album on Flying Dutchman. So a bit longer than I wanted. That's my quick video. Happy New Year to all of you. I'll be back soon-ish, I hope, to do the rest of the pile I got, which is also some good stuff. But those are my jazz finds, which I am very happy about on Boxing Day and leading up to Christmas. So I hope Christmas and the holidays was good to the rest of you as well. Peace, and see you soon.